I think we are live now. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. Look who I have with me. It's the master of the X-Files, Joe Grimm himself. You know, he's back. He's gonna get prepared, guys, because tonight he's gonna blow your minds. Honestly, I wrote a blurb about it. I wrote, Joe Grimm returns to the Typical Skeptic Podcast tonight. One of the most intuitive, sharp, and uncanny psychic detectives in the paranormal world, known for solving cases with extrasensory perception, channeling, and deep spiritual insight. Joe blends the mystical arts of oracle reading and psychic detection with real-world investigations. Tonight, we'll be opening the lines for live readings, sharing uncanny paranormal and UFO encounters, and we'll be diving deep into the X-Files. You know, that's what Joe specializes in, X-Files cases, you know, weird stories of the paranormal that you're not going to hear anywhere else. And we're going to be talking about his work. He opened up a new psychic detective agency. And then at the end, we'll do some readings for you guys too. Or maybe we'll mix it all in together. We'll talk about the psychic detective business and we'll answer your questions. We'll do X-Files stories. Then we'll mix in readings in between, or we'll mix in your questions. So this definitely is an interactive show. So we want you guys to be involved. So ask your questions. And we're gonna start it off, and I'm just so happy to have Joe here, Joe, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
Not bad. Just coming to you from an undisclosed location. I wanted to make your show epic, so I asked a friend of mine if I could use a certain area that he has. I said I wanted to make a friend of mine's show epic. He goes, "Do what you do best." So I figured I'd make it mysterious. You can clearly see a shed, but you don't know where it's at, though. That's the fun part.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. So what have you been up to? What's going on?
I just got done finishing a free online course in a psychic detective investigator. I finished that off, and it took me a couple weeks to get my business page, Grimm Psychic Detective Agency, certified as a business page and a certified business page. I had some time where I was knocked down emotionally. I had to take a step back from my life coaching. I had to take a step back from a lot of what I do. I had to pretty much go what they call I had to put myself into what I call emotional sensory deprivation, where I had to literally block out certain people around me.
Why is that? What happened?
I became too overwhelmed because I was taking. See, a couple weeks ago, the last couple of weeks I've been watching the case on Ann Kettner, the 18-year-old that died down in Florida on the cruise ship. I've been watching that one for a while. There, pieces of it are coming out every day. What happened?
Tell us the backstory.
Ann Kettner, 18 years old. It's funny you asked me to bring this up because I wanted to share this on your show. People call it different things, but I just call it let's see. We'll borrow one from the Crypt Keeper himself. We'll call it Drop Dead Cruise.
Okay.
You say I'm like the master of the X-Files, kind of like that, but I'm also a big fan of horror, so it's my jam is horror movies. So with this case is interesting. She goes on a cruise. Everything's good. She's hanging out. There's pictures of her when it's taking pictures online that were taken of her when she was like by a hot tub or whatever. And if you look at her arms, you can see bruises, actual physical bruises. But then if you look closer, you can see scars that are like from old wounds that were self-inflicted that she became a cutter. Probably more tragically triggered by something that happened in her life. Now, this is stuff I'm giving you all offline. Oh, some of it's me putting it together, making it simple. Because they start out, they say, 18-year-old found on cruise, wrapped in blanket, naked, put behind bed, life jacket, buried, covered in life jackets. That was what first came out. Now it got to a point where she was found dead. She was 5'4". She was shoved in a 2-foot space, crawl space, naked, bruising around her neck from an arm bar, bruising on her thighs, and covered up in the 16-year-old brother that killed her, put her back behind his bed and put the mattress up and went back to sleep. Played dumb about it for 24 hours, what could have happened to her on a cruise ship built for 5,000 people. Cruise ships are easy to get lost on. I can buy that because I've been on a cruise ship before. They're easy to get lost on. 24 hours later, she's found mysteriously by a maid. Then it comes out, and then just more and more of it come out. Then the boyfriend steps forward and finally breaks silence because her parents told him to be quiet about something. So he came forward and said, says, look, I'm breaking silence. He goes, her brother had a sick obsession with her. Her 16-year-old brother, he goes, there was one night she fell asleep on video with me. Her 16-year-old brother tried to come in, and I screamed at him from video, and he hauled ass out of the room. She goes, her brother, she goes, she did not want to be at home. Anna Kettner, that was 18, was scared to death of her 16-year-old brother. He told her parents about it. They didn't want to listen. So it got to a point where there's a video that came out online that shows her getting ready to walk into her suite room because she was staying there with her. The room she was staying in had her 16-year-old brother and her 14-year-old brother, half brother.
Yeah.
So it shows her walking in there, then it shows her screaming, come running out, and it shows the 16-year-old brother dragging her back in. This is on video surveillance on the cruise ship, and nobody's even blinking.
Wow.
More and more. Oh, yeah, it's more and more come out. The brother is at an undisclosed location. The 16-year-old brother that is suspect of murder is at an undisclosed location right now for psychiatric evaluation. The undisclosed location, he's in the nut hospital. The nut hospital is not online. I did some digging. This case is I'm not involved in it because most missing persons cases I kind of either get asked to come or I put myself in it. This one I'm sitting back watching because I've already figured it out psychically. I've already put it together all in my head. It's the brother that did it.
Yeah.
But there's something more sinister than that. Her stepdad molested her when she was 15.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it goes deep. There's a whole history of abuse in the family. Oh, yeah, I've looked into this. There's stuff that they're not putting out online yet that I'm getting my hands on because of, I'm Jeff Grimm. I find stuff. I'm finding this stuff online. I'm not hacking, but I'm digging into different articles. Different news ventures are saying different things. Hell, I'm even reading a few of the newspapers that are going on with the case. This case that happened in Florida in international waters has made international headlines, made it as far as Israel. And I've read it in an Israeli language paper. I read Israeli.
Wait, what is it?
From Israel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
They've had all sorts of reporters from all over the globe covering this. Which, granted, yes, it deserves the media coverage, but why so many agencies have picked it up? It's not a conspiracy or anything. I just find it interesting how now, like, a white girl falls down a well and gets hurt. Guess what? It's going to become national coverage. Little black girl falls down a hole. You hear about it 3 days later. Chinese big child goes down a hole. You won't hear about it. This should give you the gist of how modern society is. They want bullshit. They want the best. Give the fans what they want. I've been sitting back watching things for a little bit. I've been doing some research into missing persons cases, whether in Canada, whether it be abduction, trafficking, UFO involvement, paranormal involvement, or just they mysteriously go poof. So I've been digging in alone in just Toronto and the whole Northern Territory of Toronto, Canada. No, it's as good as Saskatchewan. There are 23,235 women that go missing between the ages of 10 to 17. There's 32,385 that go missing between the ages of 18 to 53.
Wow.
Okay, everybody knows of the what is that one? Something triangle. Not the Latin triangle, the other one.
Bermuda Triangle?
The what?
The Bermuda Triangle?
No. The one up in fucking
Bridgewater Triangle.
What?
The Bridgewater Triangle.
Thank you. That one. I know the guy that leads the Bridgewater Triangle investigators or whoever their team. I know him. Him and I were talking about how people went just missing up there. How people just go missing in areas. One of the top people that go missing in the state of Montana is indigenous females, Native American females between the ages of 12 to 17. Native American women.
That's true. That's true. Why do you think that is?
Because this is going to sound sad, but because there are races that put money value on people.
Wow.
Take this, for instance, a female virgin on the black market. If she be Irish, if she be white, we'll say white. Black hair, blue eyes, blonde hair, green eyes, something like that. Any one of those will sell anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000 a person. Oh shit! Hold up here. Oh. People, it's like a car. Car is worth more in parts than it is a whole. Now, okay, still, there's quite a few people that claim abduction. Get that. There's quite a few people that claim government involvement in their abductions. The real question is, why so many different styles of different abductions?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. I wonder why. Different cartels, different satanic organizations. What, like, you know?
There's one that baffles me that I kind of put my nose into, and I let the cops know that I'm snooping in their backyard getting Taos. It's pronounced tacos, but it's Tacos, New Mexico. I haven't let them know that I'm snooping around in their backyard until I get more proof, because there's this woman that went missing. She's walking down the road. One of her friends was driving down the road. The only way he could turn, because there was nowhere to pull off, so he had to go about a quarter mile down, turn around, come back. Roughly about 5-10 minutes, if that. He was walking in a direction, and he said when he turned back around and noticed it was her, where she should have been, she wasn't. Then he describes a blue truck, big souped-up blue truck, tinted windows, speeding off out of there. But what's interesting, he said that. From what I've dug up, that day on that road, there was one person, and it was her, and he was the only car going past. That blue truck was a lie. Or he may have seen something, but there was no what he described. There was only one other truck on that road that day, and that was early in the morning or early in the afternoon.
I'm going to blaze a joint, everyone. If anybody wants to fire up, we're firing up now. I'm firing up, yeah. I might as well smoke.
So I see things that most people don't. Because if I focus enough, I can put myself in that crime scene looking through their eyes as they're vanishing. But I don't see where they vanished to. I get to see it up to the point that they vanished, and I have to piece the rest of it together. What happened? That's how I use my gift.
I like that. That's interesting. You have a way of seeing things that most people don't.
I've been taking time off from my life coaching business for a while, focusing on Grimm's psychic detective agency for a little bit. So I've been focusing on.
Nice. Yeah. Like, what do you want to specialize in? Missing person cases or what?
I want to start making it known that I'm specializing in it. I usually work behind the scenes. Even if I tell you, hey, if you're a cop and I say, hey, look, Detective Kale, this is what I've been doing. I'm not going to give you everything I've been doing. No, I'm going to give you about that much. I'm going to give you about that much. That's it. That's all you're going to get. Because it's not that I'm going to make you look bad. It's that I can see things that you may not see. I don't care if you've got 30, 40 years in the field and experience. 30, we'll say that the rough cops got maybe 20, 25 years in. Roughly. That cop's going to have instincts to see things people won't. But it's going to take him a minute. I mean, I'm going to see it almost instantly. Not saying I see it all the time, but I see things almost instantaneously that most people won't. That's what makes me really good at what I do. That's well because I have autism, and my mom taught me how to use my autism as my greatest asset. But what's unique?
Yeah.
What's unique about my autism is that my autism, granted, I get it, there's different categories of autism. The characteristics that come with my autism don't fall in the under-known spectrum of autism. All therapists and doctors half my life could tell my mom was, your son's not like anybody we've ever seen before. Because I told him.
What do they think is going on with you?
Solve things that most common people wouldn't. I would see things that most people wouldn't. I was on a higher harmonic, One doctor hit it. One doctor explained it to my mom, and my mom, no, it wasn't a doctor. Well, no, it was a healer. It wasn't even a doctor. It was a healer, a quantum energy healer that told my mom, look, your son is not of this plane. His gifts, he goes, your son's going to be very important. His energy is like no other. She goes, just help him hone it. Hone it the right way for the light. My dad laughed at it. My mom kind of knew what the hell that woman was talking about, because there are people in my family that have been born with this gift. Some use it as a weapon. Some use it as some call it a curse. Me? Goes either way. It goes any way. Depending on what state of mind I'm in. If I'm in a good state of mind, I become your best friend and I help you. If I'm in a weaponized state of mind, you get the chips. I have come a long ways to get to a point with these gifts to want to help people.
Yeah.
Go out of the work I used to do, the mercenary work I used to do to help people, now being a life coach. That's funny. I would have done everything the same to where I'm at now again if I had to do it all over again. Why do I get the feeling that there's somebody in the audience got an interesting question?
Yeah. Does anybody in the audience have a question, or does anybody want a reading or something? We can start there. Let's see. Yeah, anybody that's familiar with Joe's work, put your questions in the chat.
How's your energy level, brother? How's your energy level, Detective Gale?
Puck. I think Puck Elf wants a reading.
Who?
Puck Elf. If he's Van Lemmy, he wants to trade. You don't have to trade anything, Puck Elf. It's fine. You don't even have to donate. Nobody's obligated to donate. You can only donate if you can afford it. Like, like. Oh, Chris Maria would like to know, what are your gifts, Joe?
Oh, I'm a spirit medium. My main one's I'm a quantum energy healer, quantum recovery coach, but I'm a quantum energy healer. My other gift is psychometry, where I can touch objects and see things off them flashes. Chandler, I'm an overly highly sensitive person. I don't like being this sensitive at times. I have the gift of a seer. I'm also a remote viewer. I can. There's quite a bit I can do. It's not always easy doing what people like others that have gifts do, that are out there on the forefront of the lines and protecting humanity with our gifts. It's not always easy. Good question. Thank you for asking that.
I guess Puck Elf would like a reading. We can start with him. I guess whatever you pick up off him. He's from Australia, and he does van life. I'll tell you that much. I'll give you that.
Van life. When was the last time you were down in Venice Beach? I don't know why I keep seeing you with the van in Venice Beach at some point. Well, I know I keep seeing that van life. But you're down in that you've been to Venice Beach at some point. You met a woman down there. I keep seeing that you met a woman in Venice Beach. Could have been this lifetime, last lifetime. I don't know which lifetime. I just keep seeing a really old hippie van with surfboards on top.
That's cool.
So I keep seeing. Does any of that resonate with you, van life?
Let me see what he says. I got to pull up the chat on my phone.
Oh.
He said, spot on, he said.
You found the girl, didn't you? That's what I can't see it.
You have to go if you click on the right and you'll see you can see the chat. You can see.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
He says he's trying to get away from an ex, so may finally cut off. He says.
Interesting. So you mean the woman's been chasing you for a while? But I see a girl you met. This ain't the girl you met, though. I already know this ain't the girl you met. The girl you met back then, you haven't found yet. She'll find you. Robert, what does the name Angela mean to you?
I don't know. I don't wait. That I can't think of it now, but I think that deals with something. Why? What's it? What are you getting from that?
A woman named Angela that was family to a woman you dated knew you.
Huh.
You said there was a woman you once were in love with that you dated, that her family accepted you.
Oh, is this someone from the dead?
Yeah.
Wow. And she's saying, wait, I dated one of her family members and their family accepted me?
Yes, there was a woman you dated that you were very, very close with.
I was close with quite a few. That's hard to figure out. You know what I mean? Damn, I wish I could pinpoint who it was. This sounds interesting. Fuck. Angela. I'm trying to think if a girl I dated had a sister named Angela or a cousin, fuck, man. Maybe my ex-girlfriend Dominica. Does Dominica sound? Does that say anything?
You speak Spanish?
Yeah.
¿Cómo está muy bien? Petit, trioso?
No, I don't speak Spanish. She did.
I speak poquito español. Means I speak a little Spanish.
Oh, okay.
I speak more Spanish than I lead on. Last couple of years, I've been teaching myself Spanish, African, Jamaican, and what the hell was the other one? Oh yeah, Korean and Russian, and also Iranian. I've been teaching myself different languages the last few years.
That's awesome, Joe.
Hey, I like to learn, so I like to give myself all sorts of homework to do. I give myself homework every
Dude,
day.
when I went to Iowa recently, I took the Greyhound bus. I tell this all the time. It was insane, dude. Like all the bus drivers were Chinese, but that wasn't the crazy part. Like I'm talking about like from China, you know what I mean? But they all used Google Translate on their phone. And that was the way it was at the hotel too. When I was at the hotel, like every maid had you had to talk to them with Google Translate. It's like people are using Google Translate as a means of communication now. It's crazy, dude. Like it's crazy that we're actually able to do that. You know what I mean? Like it's like insane. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know.
Yes, it is insane. It's funny.
But what I'm saying is like like what if technology breaks? You know what I mean? Like then we're gonna need someone like you. I'm like well, first of all, I don't think we should rely on technology at all. You know what I mean? That's what, but I think they're so dope that you're like learning people's languages because that's like the culture of the heritage you learn about the place you're learning about as well. You know what I mean? and I'm really into that. I don't know.
I've been into anthropology my entire life. Anthropology, paleontology, zoology, sociology, psychology, anything with ology behind it. I've gotten into, I was studying quite a bit. And each lifetime I was died and was reborn, the knowledge was given to the next generation. So when they knew I would be coming, they would hand that information to me. On a soul level, then when I would be born into a body, I'd have that information again. So I'd start my conquest again of learning. That's what I do. I like learning. I do a lot of different things to learn. So that's why I do what I do. I do a vast variety of things from
Oh, we got a request for reading. This lady requested twice. I'm guessing this is a woman, just from the way her picture is. Let me see here. Sprinkle 777 or Sprinkle 777. She has a picture of a woman swallowing a pill, the blue pill. Oh, the pill that everyone wants but can't seem to realize. Is that what it says? The pill that everyone wants but can't seem to. Why can't I see that last part of her? I can't see that last part. Can someone read that last part of her avatar? Her avatar says the pill that everyone wants but can't seem to realize or something. And it's someone taking the blue pill. And, it's the red pill, blue pill thing, conspiracy. That's why I'm going to. Oh, can't seem to. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jason. It says can't seem to swallow. That's a good one. Yeah, that's great. That matches up with the blue pills. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Sprinkle. Oh, it's Chaley. Chaley. Wow, what's up, Chaley? I love Chaley. Chaley's awesome. Dude, Chaley, you have more sign-in names than anybody I know. You're hilarious, but I love it. Anyway, what's up, Chaley? Yeah, so this is Chaley. She's been watching my show for a long time. She's really cool. Yeah, she'd like a reading if you can.
What type of reading?
What do you have a question, Chaley? That would help if you had a question, or like, I'll wait for her to answer.
You either just came into some money or will be coming into some money, Shaylee.
Wow.
That just kind of came in out of nowhere. And I get your friend ain't like one of them basic people that, hey, I want to know this, I want to know that. Oh, she wants to know a question, but she wants to know a question that only she has to answer to.
She says whatever the reader sees fit, please. I mean, if you're getting anything else besides the fact that she'll come into some money. I don't know if you heard that, Jaylee. He said you're going to come into some money, or you're about to come into a windfall. I hope so,
Why do I keep seeing this about you, Shaylee? That some female or male in your life that would ask you a question, but yet at times it wasn't a good enough answer. I keep seeing that with specific people in your life. That's what came at you. That there were times you felt like you couldn't add up, as they say.
She said you were right about the money, and she says she's hoping to come into more.
Am I right about this? That you've been knocked down a lot, but you got right and back up every time, Shaylee? That's what I keep seeing. I keep seeing you crossing land that no man could ever cross, emotionally. I keep seeing you cross lands inside yourself that most people would have brought them to their knees, but just showed how strong you were in situations you were in. That's what I keep seeing about you. Or some type of really, really bad breakup.
She says she was like to teach everyone how to do it and help them. Are you talking about manifest, Shaylee? She says yes. Her whole life she has worked very, very hard to get back up. Yeah. She says every time, yes. Yeah. I'd like to learn how you're manifesting because I've been trying to manifest. I was a good, time manifesting. Then lately it's been rough. So like, I'd love to know like what you're doing to get results. Like good results. Like she says, I get knocked down, I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. She says. Oh, that's Jason said. Jason said that. Jason said that. Yeah.
It's funny. The reason I laugh because my housemate. That should give you an idea of where I'm at my undisclosed location. When I said housemate, I'm going to throw subtle hints out throughout the rest of the show where I'm at, then I'm actually going to reveal where I'm at. I want to see how well people can pay attention and pick up on things. Well, think of the studio audience. See who's paying attention. It's a Laurel and Hardy thing. Laurel and Hardy would give you words before they were the greatest set of comedians. They give you sets of words before their show. And they throw subtle hints at you in their act, if you're in their audience. And then they'd ask you at the end of the show the 5 words they gave you. I'm not going to do that. Just see how people are paying attention. So, why do I keep seeing with, still, I'm kind of stuck on the French now. Still kind of stuck on her.
She says she's in Utah.
Okay. That explains the Skinwalker Ranch feeling. She knows more about what's going on at Skinwalker Ranch than most people do. Why do I keep seeing that with you, with her? Why do I keep seeing that? But she knows a lot about Skinwalker Ranch, the truth. Not the bullshit the government puts out there, but the actual truth. What's really
I wish I could fire up the phone lines tonight and have people call in. I kind of want to do that. I wonder if I could real quick. Like, let me see if I can. Like, I think now we have like $8 in call-in studio credits left. So, like I gotta buy some. I've been bad with that. Let me see if I can at least log in. Maybe we could take a couple calls. Yeah, maybe let's try to take a couple calls. Maybe Taylor or someone can call in. It would be cool to get some people to call in, and we can always bring people in through StreamYard too. By the way, if you guys want to come do your reading in person and talk to Joe, we can send you a StreamYard link too, whatever one you prefer.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I have a balance on here. I can hold on. Let me call in. So we're gonna start the call in line, guys, in 1 second. I'm gonna call in right now and put my pin and stuff in.
One of my clues that I'm going to give out, my other clue of where my location could be, is surrounded in a valley of mountains.
Okay, the call-in lines are open, guys. Let me put the banner up if you want to call in. Boom, there you go. So there, it's 573-877-7637. We want to hear from you. You know, it'll be fun for sure. But I'll get back to the chat. Where was the chat at? Nat wanted a reading. Okay, if we're done with Shaylee, Nat wanted a reading. Let me see where he actually sent a PayPal. Thanks, Nat. Let me see here. His name is Nat Janoff. If you get anything off that right away.
Wait, Nat Janoff.
Yeah.
Channeler has the ability to channel, but it's not your typical channeler. Can only channel when hands are touching objects. So half the time they're walking around with like something always around, and that's what I keep seeing about this person. They have something that they always keep near them that is like a protective, like stone, rock, necklace, something that they've carried with them for a while. So I keep seeing. I keep seeing that you've had your own struggles with your gifts of being a psychic at times, where you've had struggles with you being psychic, but you haven't had very often struggles. You've had often, at times, struggles. Why do I keep seeing that about you, Nat?
He's a musician too. I don't know if that helps. And he's trying to break through.
Quickest way for a psychic to tap their gifts, being a musician. Interesting. Musicians have their own different ways of picking up on gifts. They go according to the feeling of the crowd. Because certain musicians are highly sensitive people. Most musicians are empaths. And there are more dark empaths out there than people think. See, every time somebody hears the word dark empath, they trip the hell out. They're like, oh my God, it's evil. No, not all dark empaths are evil. Just they're not on the normal spectrum of what would be considered your average empath.
Yeah. Oh shit, we have a call. Oh, I'll take this call. We'll come back. Maybe this isn't. We don't know who this is going to be. Hello, you're live on the air with Typical Skeptic Podcast and Joe Grimm. How are you?
Hi guys, I'm good. It's Shaylee.
Oh, hey Shaylee, nice to hear from you. How are you?
Hello, Shaylee.
Good to talk to you, and I've always loved your show and been very thankful for you. So and Joe's great. I love his energy. It's really nice to meet you too, Joe.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, you were saying I chose it pretty hard in incarnation this life. Or it could be whichever way you perceive it. I guess it's been a lot of learning though, but I've also had a lot of good times, so I'm thankful for that. And yes, I am also psychic. I just like you were saying with the Skinwalker Ranch. I'm not sure because that's the first time I've ever thought of that. But when you said it, I kind of I don't know. I felt something. I haven't tapped into my gifts fully yet. Quite so much. I'm kind of stubborn, but I definitely have always seen the world differently, and I can see a lot if I choose to. I just don't always choose to.
That's a good point. Yeah. So sometimes you'd rather not see what's going on, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, It is. It is a lot, like once you start, like realizing what's really going on in the world, right?
Well, yeah, like I feel like I was born awake. Obviously, I've had moments in my life where I'm definitely, becoming more awake or more aware. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's like the more you see things clearly, the more painful it is, but it's also beautiful at the same time. It's really difficult to explain, but there's definitely a polarity. I think polarity is a big key to a lot that we can or that we choose to or to not learn here on this earth, is the polarity of everything, literally. So you wake up more and you know more, which is, they say ignorance is bliss, and it is. But once you start to see things more clearly, it's beautiful, because Earth is beautiful, Gaia is beautiful. But seeing other things or feeling the pain is of others, and just seeing how ugly some things or people are, it can be crippling. Sometimes you gotta accept it and keep your. Well, I chose to accept it, and I work really hard to keep my heart pure and not let those things that I see that I think aren't pretty or aren't nice or lovey-dovey or whatever, fairies and lollipops, that, I try not to let those things darken my heart, because my heart is mine, and I won't ever let anybody take that away from me, and I'm going to always keep it loving.
I love that. Let Joe answer. Go ahead, Joe.
Why do I keep seeing a very powerful set of tarot cards around you?
Were you able to hear him? Were you able to hear him, Shaylee?
No.
He said he sees a powerful set of tarot cards around you.
Oh, I have a deck of, I have like 18 decks.
It's a very specific deck you have.
He said it's a very specific...
I tried to...
I'm sorry. He said it's a very... It's hard. I got to get this fixed to where he can hear you and you can hear him. He said it's a very specific deck that you have, he said.
Okay. I feel that. I mean, I just hear spirit anyway. I hear spirit. I'm a medium. So I love the cards because I think they're really pretty. But like I said, I just haven't tapped into it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess that he was in Colorado or Montana is my guess to where he is.
Oh, she guessed you're in Colorado or Montana, Joe.
Montana.
He's in Montana. Oh, you guys are close. If you're in Utah, Shaylee, yeah, that's close to Montana, right?
Yes, he's my neighbor. Hello, neighbor.
Hello.
Yeah, I lived in Idaho Falls for a really long time, which is very close to Montana.
Wow, that's cool.
Mhm.
Anything else before we move on? Like, did you? How are you manifesting?
Oh, well, what I'm learning. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm a very strong manifester. I'm a very, very strong manifester. But what I'm learning is it has nothing to do with manifesting, or it's definitely something that I believe that is given to us from the highest power. But it has to do with a little bit that it has to do a lot with taxes, and it has to do a lot with taxes. And with the IRS, and so it's legitimate. I'm going to be filing the paperwork that I'm filing this week, and I will definitely let people around me know if what I've learned works. Because if it works, then it's information that everybody needs to know, and that's something that I can help people for free and teach people. And I'm never going to charge people for this information. So I hope that it works out, and I hope that I'm able to share with everybody so that people can get the freedom of being free and not having to worry about the financial stress. It goes a lot deeper than just the money, but being free, yeah, that's an important thing in this world, honestly. Like, when you don't have your freedom and like you feel burdened down with bills and taxes and shit, it's like, so whatever you learned, I definitely would like an update. Like, keep me up. Oh, yes. I will absolutely.
I'll definitely remember this conversation. This is important.
Yeah, it's information I've been studying for about a good year and a half, and it's information that's actually written into our Constitution. So, I mean,
is this tied into the sovereign? Is this like in the sovereign movement? You know what I'm talking about?
It is a little bit, but not really. No, I mean it is, but it isn't. I don't know. So this is how it works for me. Okay, so I came across information, and this happened for about four times or so, 4 or 5 times or so. So I come across information, and then I'd be like, look into it a little bit, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm bored, I don't know, whatever, and I'd bounce off. And then spirit, I found many times, like a good 4 or 5 times, really just like snapped my hand and brought me right back to it. And this last time spirit brought me back to it, it's really stuck, and I've really been diving deep into it for about 6 months or so. And the information that I found, I believe in my heart of hearts that it's correct, and I believe that it's going to be beneficial, and I believe it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to use to help people. So yes, I will absolutely let you know. 100%, I will let you know, because yes, and it's something I'm manifesting too. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I manifest, but I am a very strong manifester. So
that's awesome. Well, thanks for calling in, Shaylee, and I'll let Joe respond, and you guys should connect. You guys are so close. All right, have a nice night, and that was Shaylee, everybody, longtime listener of the show. And Joe, but before you comment on that, do you hear this noise? I wanted to ask you this. I didn't want to cut the call off short with her, but there's I feel like entities or something. Do you hear that noise?
Oh, you're probably hearing the heater on my side.
Oh, okay, so it's not an entity. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's just a heater. Oh no, it's good. Oh, perfect. I like it the way it's going. Oh yeah.
I feel bad. We were on Nat's reading, and then I took the call because I didn't want to lose the call. Should we go back to Nat if we can?
There was Nat that wanted a reading, and then there was, because I've been following the comments, there was the Amadronian. Crap.
Okay, we'll get them. I'll go down in the chat. Yeah, we'll finish if we can finish with Nat. Like what I'm picking up with Nat is I'll see if I can get psychic tonight, or I'll pick up anything. Nat, what am I seeing for Nat? Is he feeling depressed right now?
What?
I got Matt's feeling depressed right now, maybe.
Nat's still where?
I got he's feeling depressed, maybe. I don't know. What do you and you thinking you got anything for Nat?
That he's going to focus on a very hard decision that he doesn't know if he's capable of making and someone that he's got in his life. He doesn't know if he's capable of making that decision. That's what I see.
Wow.
There's somebody he's deep in with, really deep in good with him with. I mean, deep in emotionally positive, but he wants to take it to the next level, but he don't want to be hurt. That's right.
Okay, let me see here. I'll go to the next person. And yeah, you guys can call in 573-877-7637. And thank you so much. Curiously, Colleen 81 gifted a membership. That was awesome of you. She gifted a membership to the Typical Skeptic Podcast. Yeah, I'm going to try to put up more members only content. Hey, Crystal, good to see you. I'm looking for these next people who wanted readings. Like, they're on here, Joe?
I saw the Amandrot.
And you mean Andromedan? Is that it?
Yes. I saw that one look like I saw for some reason I keep seeing something unique about Chris Maria. And Shelley. But Chris Maria's got my intrigue. think I might know who it is, but I'm not going to say their real name in the open, though. Because they're a very, very powerful psychic. I know them personally.
Really?
If it's who I think it is, Chris Maria. If it's who I think it is. But even if I know other people that are psychics out there in the field, I'm not going to call them out. It's like if you have a den of thieves, or the thieves can be like, "Hey, buddy, I know we robbed that place last week, didn't we?" Are they going to do that? No.
Yeah.
When you've been a psychic or some type of weapon, you're not going to put it out in the open.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was last time on your show that had that actually recalled when I started pointing out things about her that I actually had seen her on the space station. And you remember her from your audience, she was literally right in league with it, saying, "Yeah, I remember you."
Yeah.
She vouched finally. So guess what? You remember how your show kind of blew up that night when she recognized me?
Yeah.
What's unique about that is I've been getting some weird emails from some people I haven't heard from in like 15 years.
Wow.
But no, I'm alive and are just mind blown how I've walked away from the destructive lifestyle to the positive lifestyle that I do. They're mind blown. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to flip that bigger light up. Lower light up. It creates more of an effect. Yes, you saw that I was in the shed. I've said I'm in a shed between an area surrounded in the Valley of Mountains. But it's interesting, like you say, how many people out there are going to like, hey, look, there was these young girls that were doing divination back during the Salem witch trials. Water, you put a little color in there, and you can see things in the water. And they knew there was this dad that was being mean to his kids. And they looked at that water and they said, "Give those kids a break somehow from their dad." I was like, okay, that's it. You give them a break somehow from their dad. These are actual words taken from history and Salem witch trials. It's what they said these two little girls, 8 and 12. And this guy's kids started getting sick. So guess what? They had to go to the hospital. You see, in turn, get a break from their dad. When they were in the hospital, there was, back then, doctors could say, "Hey, look, I don't feel that the parents' right to be in the room." Guess what? The doctors could do that. And then be security would keep them out. Security, their version of people keeping them out, of course, this is like Salem witch trials, so they kept them out. And all that did is fueled him, because you know what made it even worse for him, or worse for others because of him? He was the priest, or excuse me, he was the father of the land. Literally, he found this church that really didn't have much. He started giving his services to it. People started following him. He got a big following. He went from 100 people to 200 people to 300 people that followed him. That if he were to say, "Hey, look, say this woman over here's a witch," guess what? And a couple of them might say, "Yep, that's a witch." They would follow his lead. His young daughters mysteriously died. And back in those days, it looked like it could have been cursed or bewitchment. You ready for it?
What's that?
Cerebral embolism.
Wow.
Exploded in their head. Stress.
Wow.
Stress. So what killed them was stress. They stressed themselves to death. They were scared to death.
Wow.
I'm a walking textbook on especially witchcraft history because while in Salem, that's one lifetime said I was reincarnated in with Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
But the Salem witch trials was not the first place that the burnings began. In the United States, the first burnings began in, guess what? Florida.
Really?
Yep. Oh, I know some shit about Florida. Oh, you want to get me started? Because remember, I was down there for 3 years. This last step, but altogether, I've been down before I left last year. I've been down in Florida for the last 11 years. Very rarely ever leaving.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some of it was. The last 3 years wasn't. It was kind of cool, but not cool. But
yeah,
just say I kind of got stuck in Florida, and I'll say that I was on probation in Florida. So that's why I say the last 3 years were good, bad, yeah. Now what I do is, like I said, I travel and I put history out there.
Yeah.
My Grimm's X-Files is so much more than just putting out the X-Files out there. It's putting history out there too. History that people have forgotten. Kind of like how parts of the Inca, Aztec, and Maya just suddenly went vanished. It's kind of like that whole town, one of the little towns here in Montana, vanished overnight.
Wow.
Yes, there was a town here in Montana that went poof. People saw them the day prior. They're cooking and everything. They came back the next day. The pots and pans were still cooking. Nobody was there. An entire town of 350 people went poof. No bones, no death, no nothing. Just vanished. Well, I can give you some history about Montana most people don't know. Like I said, I've traveled far and wide across Montana. Let's see, one of my bigger journeys I did, let's see, when I left Florida. Remember, that was last year. I originally had left on my way to Bellingham, then Jolene, then the history from there. Then when I left Montana this last time and went back to Washington, I went down to make my way back down to Alabama, and I traveled up the eastern seaboard. Yes, I was in Pennsylvania briefly earlier this year. I was in Pennsylvania for a couple of days.
I was seeing if anybody had a question in the chat. Everybody in the chat had a question.
And one of the biggest interesting things that I found interesting about Pennsylvania, that state's got some shit. Oh my God. That state's got one of the, I feel energy wherever I go, but whenever I go to Pennsylvania never disappoints. She always delivers. Always. Something. Here, watch. No, watch this. She always delivers something new every time I come back. Pennsylvania, coming back to Pennsylvania, somebody asked me my favorite state the other night. I was on somebody's little show the other night. That's my favorite state, and I said Pennsylvania. And they said, why Pennsylvania? You like a forest guy. I'm like, well, Pennsylvania's got woods. Pennsylvania's got eerie history, too. I go, what if I told you? I tell people I'd like if I could live anywhere they go. It's going to have water. I'm like, smart ass. They're like, close to the ocean, it's got to have winter. And it's got to have winter. It's got to be close to the ocean and mountains. I'm like, okay, what does Pennsylvania have? Damn near all of the above.
Yeah.
So I like Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania, she never disappoints. Pennsylvania brings out her paranormal as soon as you walk in. Any type of sensitive person you are, you walk into that, you come into that state, or even if you're a quarter mile out, you're going to be like, You're gonna be hit like a wave of motion. You're gonna be like, whoa. You're gonna be like, she know I coming. Pennsylvania is it's an energy vortex within itself. It very depends on where you're at in Pennsylvania. Some very eerie vortexes. Oh, I know some history, especially the Mothman history. You remember the Mothman book, the last one that was written that was talking about the Mothman book, and it talked about a husband and wife that wrote it?
Oh, yeah.
I know them.
Oh, are you serious? That's so cool.
I have in my possession on my phone that I was told that I could not ever print out. That was meant for me was their research that they did into Mothman. They found out what the hell he was. They handed me that book, their first one that they did research on. I was like, wow. It'd be like them going out in the field and them handing me all their field notes for like 20 to 30 years worth of research. What they did. I was like, wow. So I'm blown away by Mothman. So guess what? Been taking a small break from Celic Quantum coaching. Oh, there's going to be Grimm's X-Files is still around.
Yeah.
There's just going to be something a little bit different. A little bit more raw and rough. Grimm's Psychic Detective Agency. That's more than just an agency. That's going to be a podcast, too. The hell was that?
I don't know what that was.
Okay, where you're sitting at. To your... Okay, see my finger pointing that way?
Yeah.
Pointing away from you, I saw a silhouette of a young female. Just briefly, like a child. And she goes...
Oh my God, it's on the wall.
And then vanished.
It was on the wall, dude. It was on the
Yeah,
wall.
I saw that. It meant you no harm. She's one of your little protectors. She takes up on the appearance of a young child. Oh no. Oh, she is so much more than a young child. She's not a demon. She's a protector. Ooh.
Wow.
And if you have any type of sensitivity, and if you ever feel something getting ready to come at you, you suddenly feel like something yanked off you, that's more than likely her yanking it off of you.
Sometimes when I fall asleep in my office chair at night, something wakes me up. I think it's that, you know?
Elena, no, not Elena, Astrid is her name.
Wow.
Astrid is her name. And she is one of your great name ancestor. You notice how it says she's your too many greats to name ancestor. If she's already existed and moved on, you would be her ancestor, right? No, she's your ancestor.
That is just strange. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. Well, it does. Somebody like me has it. It means she is descended from you.
You think she's like a hybrid child or something?
I've always known you were a hybrid.
Wow.
I'm referring to you, Robert. I've always known. I
You
know.
think I am, for real?
John always suspected it.
Wow.
John always knew. But you know what's interesting? When he passed that night, I hadn't told nobody about the conversation I had with him, the last conversation him and I ever had. It was recorded, but it wasn't live.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be his last will and testament. And it was just beautiful. I have the recording on my laptop, just have to charge my laptop. So I will word it the best I can. John goes, you know what's different about each one of us? He goes, when each one of us get taken. He goes, we're being built for the next generation to lay the path. Next one come after us. He goes, but we're already here. We're already awake. I got to meet that his higher self. This was that conversation that goes as his higher self came out and said, look. He goes, Kayla? He goes, Kayla? I go, Kayla, what? He goes, Kayla, important to all cause. I'm like, Kayla. I kept going, Kayla. I was like, it was the way he was saying it. Kayla. I was like, Kayla. And it clicked. I'm like, Robert? He goes, Kayla. I'm like, okay. He would never say your first name. He'd always say your last name. And I'd show him a picture of you through John. He'd be like, Kayla.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And then the other John came back and he goes, look, we are prepared to take the next stage of human evolution into the next step. He goes, we are that next step. We are the next stage in human evolution that will evolve and outlive mankind itself. I was like, whoa. He goes, but with that comes the responsibility. He does this. He takes his hands and puts them like this, folds them together. He goes, with that comes the responsibility to protect all of mankind. And I'm like, so I slowed that down when I did the hand movement. You slow it down and does this. The hand comes forward. The hand comes back. You're pretty much doing this. You're doing the yin and yang. It's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I said, he goes, when it comes time, you'll know to pass this message to Kale. This is what I'm passing. A message that was given to me that I've known you for a little bit that for some reason I never felt the right time, but now I do.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I'm delivering it verbally and energetically.
Yeah.
Robert, it was interesting when John introduced me to you. Also, when I saw you on his, wasn't that you on his, Alien Abduction Answers?
No, I wasn't on the documentary, but I don't think I was. I don't know.
Because there's a guy in there that reminds me damn near 100% of you, but he talks with like an accent.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I own that documentary.
I own it too. It's a great doc. It's a great doc. I love that.
Because John opened my eyes and he helped me come back to me. And it wasn't an easy comeback to me. Oh, no. It wasn't an easy comeback at all. So that's why I do what I do to help people, to help understand others. Okay.
That's a good point.
Demadronian is still the last thing on the Andromian 924. 2 minutes ago, wanted reading.
Who is it? What's the name?
The amateur.
Oh, Andromeda. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll do one more. We'll do him, and then we'll finish up for the night. Let me see here. Oh, and Colleen Marie was reading too.
Who?
Colleen Marie.
Holly Murray?
And Colleen Marie. Sorry.
Colleen Murray.
But we'll do this. We'll do the Andromeda first. Here he is. Here. He says, "Would like a reading if there's time."
Of course. I see you on Robert's show a lot. It's interesting how each time I come on, you've been on here. I remember you. A lot of great talks we've had, a lot of great questions you've asked me. And it's interesting, when I first came on Robert's show, you were one of the first ones to ask me a question, Amadron. The one that's up now. One of the first ones asked me a question. Long when I first started coming on your show, Robert. That was the first one.
Yeah.
I remember that. And since then, Amadronian has been on my mind lately. It's kind of funny. They pop up again. Why? It's interesting how people come and go out of our lives, Amadronian. It's interesting how people just, they're there in our life and they suddenly just pull back. They don't die. They just pull back away from you. And for some reason, I keep seeing that where you've been pulling back away from more people more often. Not just people, I mean just energy that doesn't resonate with you. I see you doing that more often. And I see you standing. For some reason, I keep seeing you like that where you were standing on a street corner and you're getting ready to cross the street and a light goes out and you end up hearing this weird scratching sound and you wake up. I keep seeing that almost sounds like a similar dream you've had. Something, whether it be a dream, whether it be a vision, something you've seen. That's what I keep seeing, is that. Something that scared you for a while. Those are boogeyman, because every one of us have a boogeyman. Every one of us remember our boogeyman. So I keep seeing is that it take you a long time to get away from your boogeyman. See, it took you a long time to get away from your boogeyman. Why do I see that about you, Jordan? Why do I see that? Anything resonating with that?
Let me see what he said. He's not responding at all.
One of two things: I could have pushed too hard, or could try and figure out how to respond to that, or I could be way off. But but one of them was right. Are you still there, Amazon? Are they still there?
He's not answering.
Okay, I'll do the next
one. He doesn't know. He says he doesn't know. Maybe he said, yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I see more yes than maybe. I see things going on around you that you're not noticing, but I see things going on around you that you are noticing. But I also see you seeing things that what you think you're noticing. It's not always the truth what you're noticing. You're noticing something greater than what you thought was the original truth. You're starting to see through people's bullshit more. That's what I keep seeing about them. I see that for them and the next person that wanted the reading.
Let me see here. It was Andromeda, and the next person is Colleen. Maybe this will be the last one because I'm getting a little tired. Her name is Curious Colleen. If you're getting anything from her, I can't find her.
Go ahead, it's just a name. It already tells me a lot by itself. Curious Colleen, I like that. That flows. that name flows perfectly. Curious Colleen. It's like a whole deep connection. It's like a whole. Why do I keep thinking about you, Curious Colleen? That I want to say deeply curious. I want to say you almost like detective curious. That when something goes missing or something happens, you have almost pinpoint precision, accuracy figuring something out. Like when you're watching the crime shows, or like when you see things going on in life, you can almost see things that are going to happen before they happen. That's what I see about you.
Melly Star said you gave a cool reading to Andromeda.
Appreciate that. That's why I keep
Melly
seeing.
said yes. She replied yes to you.
Okay. Would she be interested? Definitely. I'd definitely be interested in talking with you more, Curious Colleague. Because someone with your psychic abilities, definitely I would like part of a Grimm Psychic Detective Agency. Somebody with your caliber of psychic abilities.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm curious.
She says, "How can I re-exist?" LOL. She says,
"Re-exist." Love that question. Re-existence is not what you think it is. Existence is not even what you think it is. It's like people say time. It's like, okay, what about time? People say the world is measured by mathematics. No. What you think is time is not time. It is relative, that of which most people won't see in movements. It's like a symphony. Think of it, okay. You know what cymatics is, right?
yeah.
Okay. That's life. You can add that into life. It's like you gotta find that balance within your life. It's like you got a table in front of you of 100 different bottles, and the table's got like 100 different curves in it. So they're one's sitting like an inch taller, quarter inch down. So you're trying to figure out how to navigate that's your life. The sounds, the harmonics, the darkness, the light. Trying to figure out how to figure it out. And if you do the right manifestations, it's going to go bink. Each one of them bottles, think of it as like psychic ley lines. And it's going to hit, or psychic charged objects. Your energy is going to hit and bounce off. It can go good for bad. Think of it like a supercharged, souped up GTO, basically. We'll put in car standards. Since I like cars. I'm more of a rat rod. Think of it as a rat rod. This thing's supercharged up, and this thing being unstoppable coming at you psychically. It's a lot of energy. I say a lot of energy. But now think of that being each one of you of those 100 bottles in different universes. So when something happens to one of you, it's going to echo out, and it's going to all go to the original, which is you. There's thousands of us doing thousands of different things in different universes. There's more than that. It's a multiverse. Multi doesn't even begin to describe what the universe really is. Man itself thinks small. China and Japan's got the right idea where think big. Well, big is a relative term. Think smaller. Because within each universe, there's universes upon universes within universes. So it's called multiverse. When you're going into the quantum realm, you're going further in. So you're like technically, in essence, kind of shrinking almost to a particle of nothing, but you're still existing. Kind of like Ant-Man, especially describe it. Ant-Man, where he could shrink to the vast levels of beyond reality. So it's like that, where you can dive further into a realm. And imagine something happening to one of them and you feel it each and every time. But you're the what?
That'd be amazing. You know?
You're the original one of them, but each one of them was created multiple different versions of you throughout time, but whatever. But one of them dies, you feel the death of them.
Wow, that's deep. Yeah, you do. I know what you mean. Like yeah, that makes sense.
It's not always easy feeling the death of one of you dying. I felt it more than once in my life. But it's like one dies, and it's like what their energy ends up going from them to me. So it's like there's another me, but a not so nice version of me. Kind of like the movie The One. Especially describe it.
I don't think I know that one. Well, you know what? I'm getting really tired, Joe. We better jump off. I don't want to be. I notice I'm starting to like get really tired. Do you want to tell people where they can follow you and stuff like that? And like,
they can follow me at Selic, SELIC Quantum Coaching on Google. They can follow me now at Grimm's Psychic Detective Agency on Google as well. Joe Grimm on Facebook. They can also look up my partner, TJ, T.J. And then Tanners, TANNERS. They can look at my partner as well. It's just someone behind the scenes that is a very good detective that I've known for my whole life. Now, they say every crime detective or crime author has to have their own pen name, right? You've heard me speak to TJ Tanners before, right, Robert? I've never revealed who he was.
Yeah, no, you never did.
I am TJ Tanners.
Wow, who is TJ Tanners? Like, what is?
TJ Tanners is actually watch Joseph Tanberg. Joseph, then Tanberg. Okay, you take the J off my first name, take the T off my last name. Okay. Put it in front of it, TJ. So you just flip in the first letter of my last name, the first letter of my first name, and you're going TJ. Tanners, okay, you got ANBERG. Okay, take the G away. Add an extra N, add an extra T, add an S. Tanners. Here, we'll take this step further. One of my favorite franchises, Back to the Future. Biff Tannen.
Yeah.
I literally, if people catch on to a lot of my stuff that I post out there, I put little tidbits of stuff out there about me, especially one of my favorite franchises of all time. Back to the Future is one of my top favorite franchises.
It's one of my favorites too. Definitely. Absolutely.
Because it takes me back to a time, granted, I was like 8 or 9 when it came out, but I was hooked instantly. I was like, doink. I wanted more about
it. The Goonies was a good movie too, you know?
Definitely. Goonies was a good movie as well. Goonies was a time in our age, like when we were trying to find where we belong, self-expression, and you had bullies too. Then you had the bad guys, so Who would believe something like that?
Yeah, not many people. Yeah.
Then you had The Lost Boys, 1987. Came out in 87. The vampire movie. The Lost Boys. If that rings a bell. Or, God, there's so many movies from those days. You got anybody that has any other questions there, Robert?
I think that's it for tonight. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and thank you everybody, Joe. And guys, sorry, I'm so tired. I got to catch up with my sleep. And thank you so much, Joe, and thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow for an afternoon show, a couple afternoon shows hopefully, and tomorrow night. And thank you so much, Joe Grimm. I love having you on, man. You're one of the best. So, yeah, guys, all follow Joe Grimm, get his services, and thank you so much. And